Diana from Adirondack Girl at Heart. I teach vintage and antique lovers how to create successful antique businesses that they'll love. One of the ways I do that is through these videos. Today I'm going to be focusing on vintage and antiques that I found over the past couple of weekends. And before I get started, I just love it if you would subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to ring the bell. When you ring the bell, you'll get notifications whenever I post a new video. So let's jump in. I'm going to start with some things that are right down here so I don't forget them. So a couple of pieces of artwork that I found that I'm in love with, because I only buy artwork that I love. So this is a watercolor painting, really nicely framed. Nice red canoe back there. A little bit of interest. Really well done, I think. It was $5 and at a thrift store. And I will price it at about probably $38 to $42. I think it's really nice. Would look really nice in a cabin or a summer home. And we live close to the Adirondacks, so there are a lot of cabins. And then this I just loved. Now you wouldn't expect sort of orange and this beautiful pink to look nice together, but I think it's dramatic and beautiful and would look really great on the right wall. This piece was also $5 at what I call it's a junk store, but it has a lot of different vendors in it. And out in kind of the boondocks is where I picked that up. And I will price this at about $45 to $55. Really like that piece. And then this one, this is a little bit different. It's not exactly artwork. I guess I'd call it wall art, but it's patriotic, and so I think it'll really make my booth kind of pop at 4th of July or Memorial Day. And I find that patriotic things with flags and eagles, sell really well. So it was $1. Picked it up at a Salvation Army out in Gloversville, New York. And yeah, I'll price it at about $15. And then the last thing down on the floor is humongous. Really beautiful pottery planter, which I personally need for my deck, so I might be keeping it. I'll have to see. It was $10 at a new to me thrift store out in Johnstown, New York, out in the boondocks near Gloversville. In any event, if I were going to sell it, I would price it at $50 or $60. I think it's really that amazing. No cracks or chips or crazing or anything. Okay, some more ceramics. This is from another local thrift store. Absolutely gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? The birds, very chinoiserie, Asian looking. It was $3 at this thrift store. Again, perfect condition, no chips, no cracks, no crazing, no nothing. But it's not marked. I don't know where it came from or who made it, but I think it's worth about $30 to $35 for my antique booth. Might consider listing it on Etsy, though I really don't like to sell breakables or large breakables like that. So next I have some pieces of ironstone to show you, which I love ironstone. I have a corner cupboard in my kitchen that's filled with it. But there are 3 platters. Platters do not sell quickly at all for me. And they don't sell for like a huge amount of money, but I couldn't pass them up. The beauty and the price. So I would call this American because it doesn't have your typical English back stamp that you look for. I'm having trouble reading exactly what it looks like. It says Sally Payton, PCP Co. So I'm sure that's an American company. It is in really great shape, except for this overall crazing, this brown crazing, which a lot of people just love, especially on Etsy. So it could end up there. It was half price, so it was $2.50. You can see why I had to get it, right? On Etsy, I think it would sell for about $30 to $35, but again, the breakableness of it all, I'm not too thrilled with. So from my antique booth, I would probably start around 20 and see how it does. I think the perfect overall brown crazing makes it more desirable for some people. Now here, this is a gorgeous antique ironstone platter. This pattern is called Ceres, C-E-R-E-S. Not sure if I'm saying that properly, but I've had a few other pieces in this pattern. And it was $5.99. There's a mark on the back. It's incised. It's J. Edwards, which is John Edwards, and that's an early mark. And back in the day, this would sell for probably $100 or $75 to $100. Nowadays, less than that. Probably $30 to $35 from my antique booth. And the last piece, this is super interesting to me. It was $3, you can see right there. This has some crazing on it, as you can see. And it has this pattern around the edge. It's like, I don't know, it's like it's floral right here. And then right in the center, it looks like that's a pumpkin right there. This is a really weird piece because I'm not familiar with this pattern. It is stamped T. Furnival and Sons. So that's an English Staffordshire pottery, made a lot of ironstone. And I think the fact that it has this pattern is going to make it more desirable and hopefully $25 to $30 from my antique booth. Excuse me while I put it aside. Alrighty, a couple more ceramic pieces. These are smaller, easier to show you. Here, I'm calling this ironstone. I have no idea like who made it or what exactly it's made for. It looks like a mug, but no handle. So I picked up 3 of these. They were $1. They are extremely heavy. Not sure how they'll do from my antique booth. I might be keeping one of them for my ironstone cupboard, but I'm going to start them out at about $15 and see how they do. And then here is an ironstone-ish mortar and pestle. It was $2. It should sell for $18 to possibly $25 or $28 if I list it on Etsy. We'll have to see about that. I don't like to list things that are breakable or unless they sell for more than $25. That's my goal. I don't want to bother with listing and shipping and talking about items that cost less than $25. And I just checked my statistics, and I've only sold a couple things that were less than $25, and they were super easy things to handle and to deal with and to ship, like books, jewelry, textiles, those sorts of things. Completely unbreakable items that are easy to ship. So more here. This was from a thrift store. Almost everything I'm looking at is from a thrift store. I haven't been to many garage or estate sales lately. They just haven't been attracting me. We don't have as many garage sales in my area as we used to before COVID. In any event, this is a little mustard jug, Coleman's mustard, which of course they make the mustard that comes in the yellow tins, and it's from England, and it's marked on the bottom, Staffordshire Potteries Limited, made in England. It was $4, and items with text like this, even though this is a little bit newer, sell on Etsy for quite well. And I think this should sell for about $25 to $30. Even like I said, because even though it's newer, it's a little bit newer. Here's another newer piece. So this is a stoneware jug that had liquor in it, right? Or, handmade Kentucky whiskey. So the cobalt blue decoration and the cute design, I think, make this desirable. I paid $5 for it. That's half off. Not sure what those numbers on the bottom stand for, but probably made in America. And it should sell for, I'm going to say, $28 to $35, somewhere in that range. Now, I picked up a couple pieces of blue willow, which I have an article about on my website, a deep dive into blue willow. This is my favorite. Look at this. Cute little trivet, or yeah, that's what you call it, right? A trivet. And it's not marked on the back. It just has in pencil blue willow. It is ceramic. Absolutely, darling. This will go on Etsy, and I will price it at about $25 to $30. And as you can see, it costs $1. And the second piece is a set of 3 mugs that I picked up. They are not marked on the bottom. I am going to just guess that they were made in America. Pretty sure about that. And I love them. I want to keep them, but I probably won't. They're perfect for a smaller cup of coffee or a smaller cup of tea. So the 3 were $4. I think each one I would price at $12 to $15 for those. And a couple more pieces. Little thatched roof cottage, marked Ireland on the back. A souvenir piece was 99 cents. I'm trying to pick up more and more smalls, since that seems to be what sells the best right now, are small items. So I'm jamming up my booth with all kinds of smalls. Now, having said that, of course, lately I've sold a few pieces of furniture. Crazy. 5 or 6 pieces, actually. But in any event, $10 on that. And then here's a Majelica. I think it's a spoon holder, utensil holder, you know, for when you're cooking, leave it on your stove. It's marked made in Portugal, where a lot of newer Majelica comes from. So 75 cents, holding that upside down, aren't I? 75 cents. And I will price it at about $10 for that little piece. Okay, so I see the last piece, my favorite, to show you my favorite. So I've never had this shape before. I've never owned this shape of yellowware. It's a little bit newer, might be McCoy, although it's not marked on the bottom except for the price tag, $4. And so this may go on Etsy. It is ceramic, but it feels quite sturdy, and always double box my breakables, and haven't had anything break in a really long time. So if from my booth, I would price it at about $28 to $32. On Etsy, I might go a little higher than that. Just a really, really neat size and shape, right? Okay, so that's it for ceramics. Now, let's see. Just got to make a little bit of room here in front of myself. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple odds and ends first. Excuse me for a second. Okay, odds and ends. So first off, have you seen my article recently about barware? If you haven't, I will link to it below. But I picked up these 2 drink stirrers, because I thought they were cute. They're little, like, horse and buggy up there. And it does, it says County Fair Bourbon. County Fair Bourbon. That must be a brand of bourbon. Anyway, just thought that was really, that they were very cute. And have a mini collection of these now that I wasn't expecting to have. So I guess I'm going to have to do an article about these crocheted hot pads in different shapes. Unfortunate, you know, that it has a little browning there, but oh my gosh, little pantaloons are so cute, in that dress. Oh my gosh, really, really cute. So I think I paid $1.50 for them, which usually like to get them for $1, but in any event, I think they would sell for like $6 each, something like that. Might try them on Etsy, like a set of 4 or 5. I have about 20 now. That's a collection, right? Okay, odds and ends. Picked up 3 of these boxwood wreaths. This is in really good condition. Like the boxwood is still quite fresh. Not in love with this ribbon. Think I'm going to take that off. So the other 2 are smaller, but I paid $1 each for them. Buying these new is like $20 for this size, but they will really liven up my booth, I think. So I would put $20 on this. I think $18 maybe for this one, and a little bit less for the smaller ones. So here's the other odd item. It's not odd though. It's a piece of wool. It was 99 cents. It's wool, gorgeous plaid, gorgeous for the fall. So it's kind of like, I'm gonna put it in my booth as a, kind of like a runner. It could also be like a lap blanket, although it would be a little bit itchy. So, probably price that at about $20. Just really love that plaid. Perfect for fall, right? Okay, let's look at a couple of books. So I have some articles on my website about cookbooks. I have them about vintage and antique cookbooks. I have a price guide for them, and I have an article about handwritten recipe journals, which I don't have any of those today, but just thought I'd mention that because I did pick up some cookbooks. One of the ways I decide whether to buy these spiral bound ones is if they're an interesting topic. So this is super interesting, right? Arizona cookbook, Indian, Mexican, Western, and it does have a few little inserts which some people really like, different recipes, that sort of thing. So I will leave those in there and price that at $8, $7 or $8. So here's another interesting topic, right? Early American cookery. And I paid $1 for it. Paid $1 for the Arizona one as well. Let's see when this was. This is from 1981. And it was originally $10. And I'll probably price it at $8 or $10. And then here's one outdoor cookery. So these sort of specialized cookbooks I find sell. In addition, ooh, that's cool, right? In addition to the famous ones, you know, The Joy of Cooking and Betty Crocker and that sort of thing. And this is from 1955, so it's a little bit older, $10 on that one. And then this particular little pamphlet sells super well for me for $4. And then the last one, the new Red Lion cookbook. So I'll pick up regionally oriented cookbooks. So the Red Lion Inn is across the border in Vermont. It's in Vermont, right? Yeah, Vermont. Sometimes I get Vermont and Massachusetts mixed up because they're right next to each other. Okay, so this was $1, and of course the it was $2. It was half off, $3.99. The cover is attractive, and this dates to 1992. I would put $12 on that one. And I picked up a little Winnie the Pooh book. I would sell it as is for like $5 or $6, but I opened it up and it has these stickers in the center, and one of the stickers is gone, and I just think that would be really annoying. And you can't remove these pages easily. So I will use the illustrations to make bookmarks, and Winnie the Pooh bookmarks sell really well for me from the craft show that I do every year leading up to Christmas. And I sell them for $5 each, and I have an article on my website that talks about how to make those, okay? This I love. So I don't know if this is bonded leather or what, but it's a very Art Nouveau design there. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's 101 famous poems. And then you look inside, and each poem has a little image of the author of the poem. So this is Longfellow, And here we have William Cullen Bryant. And here's Shakespeare and one of his sonnets. And I did pay $1 for this one as well. And 1924. I feel like this would sell well on Etsy. In it, another place, an alternative place for me is I am in a gift shop. I sell vintage and antiques from a gift shop throughout the year. And so this might do very, very well there for something like $25. And then this was a new to me Dr. Seuss. It's not even, this is his real name, right? Theo Lesage, something like that. In any event, it should sell for about $8. New to me title, did I say that? And it's got some like light grime on it. And so I have an article about how to clean book covers, and I'll link to that. I'll clean that before I sell it. And then art books sell pretty well for me. They're a little bit slow, but I love Keith Haring and wanted to take a look at it myself. It's got some good illustrations in it. It was originally $20, and I will price it at $10 and hope that it sells. Hang on one second, I gotta get some more stuff. So I have some glass, a few glass items, some wood items, just doing a little rearranging here. And then I have some metal items after that, pulling those over, and super lot of stuff in this video, right? Okay, so the glass, little either shot glass or toothpick. It's shaped like a shot glass, right? Pressed glass, and it was $1, and I sold that for about $8. And then I just thought this was really pretty, a brass and glass container. It was half off, so it was $1.50. And I might use it in my antique booth to sell rings from, or yeah, rings. And I'll price it as well at $28. I think that's really sweet. And then I do have a hard time passing up pretty pressed glass. This piece would be so cute with a really small cake on it, or variety of small cookies. It was 99 cents. Yeah, it would sell very slowly from my antique booth for about $10. Oops. And I wanted to mention that I do have an article on my website about toothpicks, if you are interested in collecting toothpicks. Okay, so a couple wooden items. I don't know if this qualifies as wood, right? This is a gourd. Yeah, it's wood. It was $2.50, and look at that, gorgeous, kind of almost Native American-ish decoration. It doesn't sit up straight. It would need something to hold it, you know, like a small dish or something. But I just thought that was really, really beautiful, and $30 to $5 for that, I would say. That's what I would list it for, either from my antique booth, possibly Etsy. We'll see. And then this, that was so sweet, $3. Bulldogish. I'm not really good with dogs. This reminds me of tramp art. I don't think it is. It's extremely regular, so it wasn't hand carved. Definitely some age to this though, right? Look at the back of that. I just think that's something. And we'll price it at probably $30. I think it's something. Okay, did I say last wood? That was not the last wood. Here is the last wood. This is a little, it's a birdhouse, right? Because it's got a little round opening there. It's very Christmassy to me. I feel like I want to sell that around Christmas time. It was $4 at Salvation Army, and I love it for about $40 on that. And now we have some metal pieces, really cool metal pieces, so don't leave yet. Remember, you can speed up videos. Go down to the settings and then go down to click on something like speed or whatever and speed me up. Put me on 1.25. And then you'll get through the videos a little bit faster. Okay, last metal pieces, scissors. I always pick up scissors when they are reasonable. So this was $1.50 and they're made in Italy. Should sell for $10 to $12 from my antique booth. They've been selling really well lately. I have an article, I'll link to it below. And then for 50 cents, I got a brass candle snuffer. Should sell for $10 to $12. And then here's a, I think it's an angel food cake cutter, something like that, with a Bakelite, green Bakelite handle. It was $1 and should sell for $10 to $12. And then this scooper was $5, which is a lot of money considering its condition. It was one of those sort of Pennsylvania Dutch painted things. I feel like I want to scrub this paint off and sell it for $30. And then I picked up this car thinking I might put a bottle brush tray on it, tie it with some baker's twine and sell it for $12 to $15. That's what I'm thinking. Just thought that was cool. It could be worth more than that. The price tag on it is $20 and it's a Pontiac 1969 Pontiac Firebird, and the company is Masick. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there knows more about that piece than I do. And then very cool Danish sculpture. It's a Winkler sculpture made in Copenhagen. And so Danish, there are people who just love mid-century modern Danish pieces. It was $5. I'm hoping it would sell on Etsy for about $30. And my last find for today, I picked up 3 of these metal signs. Definitely have some age. They were $5 each. I think people who collect metal signs would be interested in this, even though what it says, better schools make better communities. I'm not sure how attractive that is, although it's true, right? So probably sell them for $28 to $35, something like that. I hope you enjoyed seeing today's finds. I would love it if you'd give me a thumbs up, if you'd leave a comment, if you'd subscribe and ring the bell. And as always, happy hunting.